I realized that my phone had connected to the car after I didn't want it to. Just trying to make sure it's not connected anymore. And it is. See? Oh, there we go. Just mute because. Anywho, I am going live today to talk to y'all about why I choose to drive for Lyft over the competitors. So, first, I want to say if you're new to gig work, if you're new to driving for Lyft and other platforms, it's definitely all about the time that you put into it. I could say for me, I don't normally drive any more than 5 hours a day. So if you can drive more hours, you can make more money. Um, I know people that can make up to $300 a day. There is a limit on how many hours you could drive. I think it's what you can only drive like 12 hours in a day. Um, you do have to come up with a strategy that works for you because a lot of drivers will say, like, make sure that you're getting at least $1 per mile. That is the goal. But sometimes that doesn't work out. So you have to then look at the time that you are spending driving versus what you're making hourly. So pay attention to those things. Um, Also, just being a good driver um, can get you some good tips that will make up for it. But you always want to choose rides that make sense to you in the beginning because you don't know if you're going to actually get a tip or not. Thank y'all so much for the taps. I appreciate that. Um, and what prompted me to do this video today is I was just looking at my profile on Lyft. I did a couple rides this morning, and here's one thing. So Lyft gives you a detailed breakdown of each ride, how much you're making. Okay, so it'll say rider paid $50, Lyft fee $10, taxes $10, and then you'll have your $30. That's just an example, but it will give you a breakdown of each ride. Whereas the competitors, I'm not gonna be specific, but the competitors don't necessarily do that. Because I've had issues where I'm trying to see, hi, welcome in, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining my live. I have worked in like the competitors apps, and I'm looking and I'm like, well, how much was this ride? And so I had a situation where I really had like one ride for that week. And what the competitor did was, instead of them showing me what they paid me for that one ride for that one week, they tried to, like, we're talking about Lyft, yeah. Well, this, we're talking about the competitors, but we're talking about like ride share and all that kind of stuff. So it didn't show me like just for that one day, and so I was like, what's going on? But like I said, Lyft does show you like per ride what you make, and I really appreciate Lyft for that. I feel like Lyft is more driver friendly. Okay, I feel like, you know, I feel like they are more forthcoming with information, rather than you don't really know what you're going to get, like with Lyft. So that's, let me be specific about that. With Lyft, they tell you where you're going. um they tell you where you're picking when you accept it. Like, they kind of give you like the little breakdown like any other app, but then once you accept it, you can see where you are going to pick them up and where you are going to drop them off. And that is why I really, really appreciate Lyft, because it's no guessing, like, oh, once I get there, I don't know. Which the competitors are like that. They like, when you accept it, you kind of know the area, but you don't know exactly the address. Lyft will show you exactly where the address. Welcome in, y'all. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, y'all, if y'all want more content, because I'm going to be talking about a lot of different things that I have tried, that I've experienced. I have drove with Lyft long enough that I feel like I can give feedback to anyone who's interested in driving for Lyft or doing like rideshare. Like I said, you know exactly where you're going with Lyft. They have bonuses. That's another thing. Lyft has like these weekly bonuses. So the competitors normally have like a weekend bonus. I've gotten bonuses from Lyft during the week, because a lot of times Lyft wants to encourage you to drive for them. So they'll give you like options for goals or whatever. Because one day I was just completing my rides or whatever, and then I looked and I had some extra money, and it was like rewards. So Lyft, I think, is just more driver friendly. And then I'm not sure if the competitors do, but Lyft also allows you to become the riders, or clients or whatever, lets you become their favorite driver. They can mark you as their favorite driver. And I think that's so cool, because yes, like in competitor apps, you can always get that person again, but it's like, because it'll say like you became someone's favorite driver. So the next time they need a ride, if you're in the area, you'll get them, da da da. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, because you know how you have like a good conversation, and stuff like that. You're like, you know what, I wouldn't mind that. And I was able to go on and look at like what they said. So the last two comments here, it's like I got some emojis here. I don't know if y'all can see that. I got some emojis, and then the comment before that said a very friendly and nice person, and also drove very good. So I don't know if y'all can really see that, but I really enjoy it. And then of course, as y'all know, like Lyft, all the other competitors, they give you that flexibility. You can drive at whatever time that's comfortable for you, within that that range, Here's another thing. That I like about Lyft. So I am driving in the Metro Detroit area. So Detroit area, sometimes we end up at the airport. Some people like the airport, some people don't, right? But with Lyft, you can see like how many passengers, what time they land. You can kind of, schedule yourself around it. If you see about what time everybody's landing, like, so for example, say, okay, it's 9:30 now. Say at 10:30, it's gonna be like 200 passengers landing, and then at 9:35, it's gonna be another 150, and then at 9:40, it's gonna be another 200. So if it's like a lot of people that are gonna be landing within a certain time frame, and I can see it on my Lyft, I'm gonna go, because I'm like, okay, I'll have and it'll tell you, like, if you turn on your Lyft app while you're driving to the airport, or when you get close to the airport, it'll tell you like if you're gonna be there all day, if it's gonna be a long wait, or if they're gonna recommend like, hey, it's a really long wait, might want to cancel. That's cool. They have a lot of different features that I just think are super cool, especially for people that are new, that are wanting to, hey, welcome in, that are wanting to do the driving. I feel like Lyft is good. It's a good starter app. A lot of other people use the competitor because it's more rides or what have you. But I'm not gonna lie. Again, I know that I only really drive like maybe like 5 hours a day, but I get what I need to get done. I get what I need to get done. I normally don't drive on the weekends, but you can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to share some of that information with y'all. Let me look and see if there's anything else. Oh, and within the app, you can look at, scheduled rides. Okay. I was about to say, I hope I'm not online. You can look at schedule rides. You can look at events. So like if it's a concert or something going on, it'll tell you. And you can set your earnings goal. So if you want to earn, like say, 1,500 by the end of the week, you could set a earnings goal for yourself, and it'll keep track of that for you and tell you where you're at. Now, I'm gonna say one thing that kind of did ruffle my feathers a little bit is when they do the promotion through the week. Pay attention to what part of the pay is actually like direct, like what's included, like what qualifies. Because sometimes like certain bonuses and stuff that they're adding to your pay doesn't qualify for the reward. So say I did a ride, and say the ride was $25, but then they gave me an additional $2. Okay, so the whole 25 wouldn't qualify, only the 23. So I say pay attention to that, because the rewards are cool, but you want to make sure that you get a little over enough, just in case there's adjustments. There's always adjustments. Okay, there's always adjustments. So I just wanted to share that information with y'all today. I encourage y'all to try it. If you've been thinking about driving for Lyft or doing the ride share, just kind of pay attention to the patterns. Get a good schedule going for yourself. I'm not a big energy drink person, but one thing I do have is NeuroGum. Y'all could try that out. It's a natural caffeine. It's zero sugar. It has B6, it has B12 in it, and it also have L-theanine. So if you're looking for a natural supplement and you want to get away from the energy drinks, NeuroGum is the way to go. If you do want to try it, I will pin it in this post. It's also available in my bio, okay, and my Amazon storefront as well. Y'all can check that out. But I just want to thank y'all so much for sharing space with me and allowing me to, just kind of teach y'all a little something about the Lyft and rideshare apps gig work that I've been trying out. And until next time, see y'all later.